Welcome to another episode of Edible Eric Eats. Today's episode we're going to explore another recipe that Fernand Point made called Aubergines Debottees. It is essentially molded eggplant. I think of it as kind of like an eggplant souffle without the lift. But watch, join me. Now we're going to peel our eggplant. It's very simple, straightforward. Y'all know how to peel eggplant. Our eggplants are peeled, and we're going to cut them into thick slices. We're going to lay these out and sprinkle them liberally with some salt. Now we're going to spread our salt. So we're going to add our salt, and then we're going to let it sit for 1 hour. The reason why we do this is to help pull out some of that moisture, help pull out some of the bitterness associated with eggplant. So you can see I'm being pretty liberal. Now, rather than just lay it on this tray, I'm going to put it into a colander over a bowl. That way, any water that does come out won't sit on the eggplant. I got my colander over the bowl. I'm just going to let these eggplants sit in here, and you'll see the moisture that leaches out of them. You can already start to see how they're. I don't know if you can, but you can kind of see they're already starting to extract some of the liquid. Now we're just going to let this sit for about an hour and then come back to it. We have let our eggplant rest for about an hour on the salt, and you can see the liquid that comes off of it. But that's what you're trying to do, remove the liquid. Now we're going to pat these dry. So we're going to put them in a casserole dish, in my case a half hotel pan, and we're going to cook them until they're nice and tender. I got my oven preheated to about 350. I'm using my professional judgment at what temp to cook these at, because it doesn't say in the recipe that you guys have access to at what temp to do this at. So whenever our dried out eggplant, we're just going to cover it with a piece of foil, and this is going to go right in the oven until it's tender. It's been a while. We're going to check our eggplants. We're just trying to cook them until they're tender. That is tender. Now we're going to drain these off and then pass them through a food mill. So we're going to drain them off. We got a food mill set up. We got our eggplant that drained off. Now we're going to run them through here. Here we have our eggplant that's passed through the food mill. Now we're just going to add in, the recipe says 4 ounces of milk and 3 lightly beaten eggs. We have our eggplant. We're going to add our milk. We're going to add our eggs. We're going to mix it all together. It says not to add pepper, and because we've already soaked them in salt, we don't really need to add that, but you can always taste this after it's mixed together and readjust. The next step is to put these in the buttered molds. We've got all of our molds buttered. Now we're just going to fill them. The recipe that you guys have says to cook this in a moderate oven in a bain-marie for about 10 to 15 minutes. So I take that as about 350 degrees in a regular oven. So we do about 325 in a convection oven, and a bain-marie as a water bath. A little bit of a tip: whenever you're cooking in a water bath, I always recommend that you put the vessel into the oven before filling it, so that way you don't move it around carrying it and potentially spill water everywhere or spill water inside of your molds. You want the temp of your water to be consistent with the temperature of your product. So our eggplant is still hot, so we got relatively hot water in here. So we're going to pour this in here. We're going to check out our eggplant. think it's done now. Truth be told, this has been going on a lot longer than 15 minutes. I'm not sure what Fernand Point meant by a moderate oven, but I've had to cook this a lot longer than 15 minutes. It's probably been a good 45 minutes or so. All right, we've taken our eggplant out of the oven. Now we're gonna unmold it. So we're unmolding our eggplant. There you go. There you have it. You see how it's nicely molded now. This took a lot longer than the recipe said at 15 minutes. It took a good 45 minutes, I guess, to let the egg kind of cook and get set. And it's traditionally served, Fernand Point suggests serving it with tomato sauce. I did not make that. I just wanted to show you the base recipe of the Aubergines Debottees. But here you have it, the molded eggplant. You can see it's almost like an eggplant souffle. All right, there you have it, guys. An example of a master chef's recipe. Enjoy, try it yourselves, guys. If you love eggplant, you're really gonna love this. Try it, enjoy, and keep on eating, guys. Thank you. Looking to up your cooking skills? Click subscribe for more delicious content where I break down techniques, dish out succulent tips to help you not just keep on eating, but encourage you to grow on.